It's another sunny day in the Florida Keys, and today we're going to go look at Key West. Here we go! So we got an early start here today, and the first thing we had to do was grab a cup of coffee. Dawn found this place and had good coffee, so we were ready to go. Our plan today was to go visit Key West, which is probably the most popular and well-known place in the Florida Keys. It's very highly visited, and we're anxious to get there, so we actually didn't stop anywhere along the way. We just enjoyed the scenery, which, while it was very similar to what we'd seen the days prior, it was no less incredible. Now that we've actually spent a full day and night at Sunshine Key RV Resort, I can double down on what I've said before, and that this is a great resort. I hadn't talked about the amenities before, and there are plenty, including a laundry room, a game room. They have Wi-Fi in some areas. There's a heated pool, which Dawn and I love. They have a tennis court and other outdoor activities like cornhole. And probably best of all, they have activities like live music. There's a farmer's market a few days a week, and they have happy hour, and dollar drinks are always good. Now, this restaurant had an interesting name, so I actually Googled and learned that the term square grouper refers to bales of marijuana thrown overboard out of airplanes into water in South Florida in the 70s and 80s. Pretty funny name for a restaurant. And here we have arrived, Key West. We made it. Now, Dawn and I have visited Key West before, although we've never arrived by car driving ourselves. I think there's a certain vibe in the air here, and you can detect it almost immediately upon arrival. Boating is obviously very popular here in Key West, and I imagine arriving by boat is one of the most common ways of getting here. We made our way towards the downtown area in Duval Street, where most of the most iconic landmarks and sites in Key West can be found. And this is our first glimpse at the Conch Tour, which is obviously a pretty popular way to tour Key West, as we saw plenty of these throughout the day. And here we are, the southernmost point in the continental United States. This is a very popular spot, and there's usually always a long line for the photo op. You might want to do like we did, which is Dawn jumped out and got in line while I found a parking spot. This here is the southernmost house in the US of A. Nearby the southernmost point is this kind of pier-like thing. I'm not sure what you call it. It's really more like a walkway. There's also a swimming area here, but we heard there's someplace better, so although swimming looked nice, we're going to save that for now. This here is the southern end of Duval Street, and while we were about to start our walking tour, we really wanted to start on the other side, so we got in the car and went and found a parking spot on the other end, and here's the iconic Hog's Breath Saloon, where they say, "Hog's breath is better than no breath at all." I guess that's true. So here on the northern end is where you can take the Conch Tour train. It also looks like they have glass bottom boat rides and that you can rent jet skis. It was about lunchtime and we were hungry, so we decided to grab a bite and a drink at Sloppy Joe's Bar, which is probably best well known for being one of Ernest Hemingway's favorite hangouts. I went ahead and ordered myself the Sloppy Joe sandwich because that sort of seemed like a thing to do. They have live music here starting at noon and pretty much going all day and through the night, which is pretty common for most of the bars on Duval Street. just walking down the street here, you'll see all kinds of interesting sights, shops, and people. Back by this place called the Whistle Bar, I saw a sign for a place called the Garden of Eden. Now by the Garden of Eden, there's a sign that said clothing optional, and I thought this was some kind of a joke, but I later learned that it's not. It's actually optional. I guess that's cool if that's your thing. Not really my thing. Of course, a place like this always needs a hard rock, and here's a Wendy's with a different kind of aesthetic. We've left Duval Street to go check out some other stuff. This next stop is one I was excited for as someone who loves road trips. It's the end of US 1, mile marker 0. So this is one of the most famous trees in Key West. It's a tropical tree, I think generally native to Central America. Around downtown Key West, you'll see and hear these chickens all over the place. They just kind of do their own thing. Enjoy lighthouses. There is one in Key West. Now you can pay to get in there and see the actual home where the keeper lives, but you can also enjoy it from outside for free, like Dawn and I did. Beyond this wall here is Ernest Hemingway's home, which you can visit. We didn't, but I did stick my camera up over the wall to see what I could see. Now I understand if you do want to visit it, they do only accept cash. And we're back here on Duval Street, making our way up the other side towards where we came from. Alright, we're back here on the move. We're making our way towards a place called Smathers Beach that I mentioned earlier, which we'd learned about. It's only a few miles away from Key West downtown. It's about a 10-minute drive. Now, I gotta say, there's actually way more to do in downtown Key West than we did. There's plenty of museums and other things to check out. But like I said, we've been here before, and hey, today we're feeling the beach. Now, winter and February are very popular times to visit Key West, so I was kind of surprised we actually found a parking spot here pretty easily. I don't know if this is common for this beach or area or if we just got lucky, but hey, take it. I think coming here was a great idea. This is definitely a much better swimming area than what they have down by the southernmost point. Key West was fun, but we decided it was time to pick up and go visit our Scamp site. As we were driving across this bridge, we can see the campground at the Bahia Honda State Park. If you look to the right, you can see there's a casita over there. Pretty cool. Of all the amenities I've described that they have at this park, I gotta say one of my favorite things to do here was actually just observing wildlife. We were able to see and get up close with the manatee like the lady at the desk told us we would. I wasn't sure that would be true, but yeah, they were definitely there and it was very cool. Looks like he got him. There are restaurant options nearby and we could have gone out to eat, but we were having a good time just relaxing and watching the animals, so we just decided to hang out at our campground, eat some food there and just relax for the night. Well, the sun was getting low, so we decided we'd go check out a nice sunset. They have a fishing pier here, which is basically like the perfect place to watch the sunset. Our time here is drawing to a close. The next day we'd be picking up and leaving the Keys. For now it's time to get some rest and go to sleep. Good night. As much as we hate to see it happen, our winter trip was coming to an end. It was time to start making our way back home. We had an awesome time visiting southern Florida, the national parks, and the Keys. It was just great. Wintertime is a great escape from the cold. I think we may be doing this again sometime in the future. If you've enjoyed this video, please think about hitting the like button, as that really will help us out. And if you'd like to follow along with our future journeys, please consider subscribing. Alright, here it is. Florida, we've had a great time, but it's time to say adios. Later.